Welcome to this look back on some of the stories featured in this week's British Forces news. 3 RAF F-35 fighter jets are on their way to the United States for their first aircraft carrier trials. The fifth-generation Lightnings from 617 Squadron will make history when they become the first British stealth fighters to land on HMS Queen Elizabeth next week. They began the first leg of that journey from RAF Marham earlier in the week. James Hurst was there.
Final checks are made for a mission that has been a decade in the making. These pilots have been flying their F-35 jets from RAF Marham for more than a year now, but they're about to take these planes on the next big step towards their future.
We're making history here, which will be the first time we sent UK assets actually going back to the US, where we brought them back last year. And in addition to this, what we're going to do in Westland and working with the carrier is just game-changing.
The F-35 has replaced two types of aircraft for Britain's forces. The Tornadoes, which retired last year, but also the Harrier, withdrawn from service in 2010, bringing an abrupt end to Britain's carrier strike capability. The F-35 has already proved that it can fly from land and do the Tornadoes job. Now they're headed to test and prove that they can work from HMS Queen Elizabeth, so that Britain can once again carry and launch jets almost anywhere around the world.
I'm really excited about getting the opportunity to land on HMS Queen Elizabeth. Having done carrier operations both on the Harrier and the Hornet previously, I'm really excited to see how the aircraft and the aircraft carrier perform alongside each other.
How big or small a change is it going to be to get used to those takeoffs and landings from the carrier?
So the takeoff itself is relatively straightforward. The landing itself is where the real challenge comes in. So not only obviously is the aircraft carrier itself moving to provide you with a moving target to land on, but the ramp and the two towers on the right-hand side of the ship provide certain challenging wind conditions that disturb the air around the aircraft and make the landing portion quite a challenge for the pilots.
Are you confident everyone's ready?
Oh yes, we're all ready, and we're excited about actually starting this work, which we've been working on for many weeks now to get ready.
The jets of 617 Squadron will not be the first to land and take off from Britain's new aircraft carrier. US planes have already done that as a test of the carrier and its systems. Now it's time to test the British plane's ability to do that. The F-35 is key to Britain's future combat air power. Each plane has so far cost about £92 million. It can carry 2 missiles and 2 bombs around 500 miles without needing to refuel. Britain already has 16 F-35s based at RAF Marham. The government plans to increase the size of the fleet to 48. And the F-35 has already been tested on operations, deploying to Acquitted for flights as part of Operation Shader over Iraq and Syria.
It's been definitely a voyage of discovery. The engineers have worked hard, tirelessly, to get these jets ready to go, but at the same time we've got students on the OCU learning to fly this jet, and we've been servicing them as well. So it's business as usual really for RAF Marham.
When they reach the US, the F-35s will stop at an airbase in South Carolina for several days in final preparations before heading to HMS Queen Elizabeth and a new chapter in RAF and Royal Navy history next week. James Hurst, Forces News, RAF Marham.